March Madness takes over downtown Orlando this week. The Amway Center gets to host the first and second round of the NCAA tournament. Here to help us with our brackets, I'm so happy to welcome Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer and the CEO of the Greater Orlando Sports Commission, Jason Siegel. Guys, so nice to have you here to talk a little basketball.
So much fun, so much excitement. You know, when we ventured on into the community venues projects back in 2007, this is exactly what we wanted to bring to Orlando. Our old arena had gotten such that we weren't competitive for these types of bids, but now whenever the bids for March Madness come out, we're always in the running to get that. We're happy to have it this year.
Jason, why do you think the NCAA tournament keeps coming back to our city?
Yeah, I think it's exceptional experiences that they've had. This is the 7th time that we'll host. We last hosted in 2017. We have a collaborative community. We have incredible leadership with Mayor Dyer, and we have great venue partners. We have great tourism partners, our hoteliers. It's everybody rowing in the same direction. They know that they're going to have exceptional experiences for the student athletes when they come to Orlando.
And Mayor, it's got to be fun to see all these different fans coming to Orlando with their Duke hats on, with their Virginia hats on, and everything like that.
I love having the first and second round. I'd rather have that than some of the later rounds because you get 8 different teams here, and it is so much fun. In downtown Orlando, you'll see fans from 8 different teams interacting, having fun, coming to the stadium, all excited because they all think their team can win and go all the way to the Final Four. So I feel very fortunate with the field we've got this year as well.
I love it. I love the buzz that this generates. All right, let's get to some picks. First, I want to find out who you guys are taking in our games, in the Orlando games. If we can put up the Orlando Regionals. Mayor Dyer, who are you going with?
So I'm taking Charleston because they're one of 3 teams in the, the whole NCAA that won 30 games this year. Virginia's a must pick over Furman. Got to go Duke, Tennessee to set that matchup on Saturday. And then I like Virginia and Duke coming out of there.
Love it. Jason, who are you going with?
Almost the same as the mayor. I know he's right, that Charleston and even Furman, those are going to be 2 tough games. Great passionate fan bases up against the favorites, but I've got San Diego State and Virginia coming out, and same thing on the bottom of the bracket there with Duke and Tennessee, and same as Mayor. I think for the Sweet 16, you'll see Virginia and Duke. I think that Duke-Tennessee game is going to be one of the most competitive and exciting games of the final 32, so we'll have to wait and see.
Jason, when the bracket was revealed and you knew these teams were coming to Orlando, did you let out a little yelp because you see Duke and Virginia and Tennessee?
Yeah, we had hundreds of folks at the Abbey for our selection Sunday party. Mayor was our MC and guest and co-host of this event, so we had a great turnout. And you're right, the first bracket, you know, very nice, a good group that was coming in. But when they announced Duke and Tennessee, there was a big roar that came out. A lot of folks were excited.
All right, let's move on to the Final Four. I want to know who you guys have in your semis, Mayor Dyer. You're going with some favorites, actually all of them.
You know, I was pretty conservative this year. I think I had 3 or 4 or 5 upsets, but I largely went with the favorites. And these guys are all number 1 in their brackets for a reason, so I picked all the number 1 teams to make it.
All right, Jason, your Final Four is who?
You know, Mayor's probably got it right, and I thought Alabama, Kansas, you know, certainly Kansas is perennial every year. Alabama is just playing out of their minds, and I don't know, like what Texas is doing, and you know, maybe selfishly to see Duke come out of our bracket here in Orlando. So they're talking about Orlando the whole way. It'd be fun for Coach Shire in his first year.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at Duke, you look at Texas. They won their championships in their conference. They've got a lot of momentum. Hard to pick against Alabama, Mayor Dyer.
It is hard to pick against them. I've watched them play the Aggies a couple times the last weekend. They're fast, they're tall, they're relentless. So that's my pick to win the national championship.
Yeah, let's throw that up there. Alabama, even as a Florida guy,
it's
still
SEC.
Going. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. All right, Jason, your national champ is who?
Well, you know, they're going to be playing at home. So the Final Four is in Houston this year. And maybe it's just time. They've had some down years on the football side of things. So maybe it's time for basketball to step it up. And Hook 'em Horns will win the national championship.
Yeah, we'll see. I got a question for you guys. Have you ever won your pool when you've done these brackets? Because I know I've never won, ever.
I'd have to think about that, Jamie. I'm not so sure. Who are you picking, by the way?
You know, that's a good question. I think, I'm going to go with Houston, actually. I'm going with UCF's big rival from the American Conference who's making the transition to the Big 12. I think Kelvin Sampson has been building and building, and this is the year that Houston gets it done. That's who I'm going with. I'm going with the Houston Cougars.
I could live with that one. That's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, we'll see. Guys, thank you so much for coming in and helping us with our brackets.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
we'll
Jamie.
see you on Thursday.
Thank you.